So it's Friday today, which means, of course, another drinking video.
I know, and I've got my beer, and like we've been doing for the last couple of weeks, you found something stupid for me to open it with, but first the intro. It's established in the Harry Potter universe that the only spell capable of warding off a Dementor, an unfeeling, unkillable, like avatar of death and destruction capable of mind-fucking you into mental oblivion, is the Patronus Charm. Contrary to what you might expect though, according to in-universe law, the size of a Patronus has no bearing on its power or effectiveness. Because, oh, fuck's sake, we're going to make the size doesn't matter joke, aren't we? Because size doesn't matter, fuck's sake.
It was going to come up.
It's going to come up, innit, yeah. Like, we'll just make it now at the beginning, and now I'm going to open this beer.
So hopefully the comments won't be just full of it.
It's going to be like, well, we're going to make that joke after I've got a bit sauced, so why not? Right, so I've already had a couple of beers, but for camera purposes, what have we got me to open this one?
Well, this week I've gone for, once again, something I imagine you can do it with.
Okay.
But it's more just for the fun of doing it.
Okay.
I've got your pair of 3D glasses.
3D glasses, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a catch, right. 3D glasses, beer. As usual, no camera trickery involved, just one man who really wants his fucking beer. Oh god, these are a bit flimsy.
Yeah, they're probably going to break.
Well, these are flimsy as shit. You've done me.
Oh, a challenge!
You might have done me here, mate. Oh, for fuck's sake, right. Let's get a solid surface as my knee.
There we go.
Fuck yeah, right. So now I've got some glasses. You're going to do a Horatio Kane for me here.
Okay.
But I'm really glad that I didn't bottle that attempt.
Yeah!
There we go. Fuck it.
So we've seen them in the films, and I assume 90% of everyone has read about them in the books.
Yes.
But what are Dementors really?
They are creatures of pure instincts that are immortal, unkillable, and feed on the emotions of human beings. There's no real backstory to where they come from. I think there was a passage in one of the books that got cut out in editing where Rowling said they just appear naturally in areas that are naturally decayed and have attuned to evil.
So like manifestations of evil.
She described them as a sort of fungus or a parasite that just appears in areas where evil has occurred, but that was cut out, so we don't really know what the fuck they are. All we do know is that they are terrifying as all balls because they are functionally immortal, basically unkillable, superhumanly strong with the ability to fly, and most dangerously, suck your soul out through your mouth, which leaves you as an unfeeling husk capable of doing nothing but sit and silently shit yourself in fear.
They must be sentient in at least some capacity because they're used as guards for Azkaban, the prison, aren't they?
Yeah, it's supposed a mutually beneficial relationship where, the Dementors can't really be controlled, but they can be coerced to do your bidding. Oh yeah, if you fly around here, there's people inside who are just wretched husks of humanity who you can just suck out all their hope. And as long as you do that and don't fly off onto the mainland, we come. And I'm just going to put it out there, Azkaban is the worst fictional prison ever devised, and it's in a fucking children's book.
We've mentioned before about how no one innocent should ever go there.
No, here's though. People who've committed crimes shouldn't go there because, in the wizard universe, you've got all this cool magical shit, and you've got the abilities regrow arms and all that bullshit. They've got no ability to heal people's minds.
Yeah.
It's established multiple times that while you can heal the body, you cannot heal the minds. That's what happens the Cruciatus curse, and that's why Neville's parents are basically just completely mentally deranged because they were tortured to the point where they basically went insane. And they can't fix that with magic. And what do they do in their prison system? An island in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, surrounded by demonic creatures that suck out every positive emotion. How is that going to reform a criminal?
I mean, if anything, it's a deterrent.
Well, it's a deterrent, yes, but the people who go there always come out insane. Look at Bellatrix Lestrange.
Oh, God, yeah.
Every single description of her in the books is always you could tell she used to be a great beauty, but now her face is just scarred by insanity because she was in Azkaban and just the Dementors made her go insane. It's all you're doing is just creating more dangerous criminals. And we've already talked about the fact, in that universe as well, how the fuck do innocent people get sent down? We said, Sirius Black gets sent to prison in a universe where truth serum exists and works, and also they have the ability to read people's minds, and if that doesn't work, pull out your memories and then watch them on a fucking a TV screen, basically.
I assume Rowling would explain that as saying you can manipulate someone's mind in such a way where they could create a fantasy, a false reality.
But in
to
that
trick
sense,
people.
then, surely you can't send anyone to prison because you can never prove beyond reasonable doubt that they committed the crime.
Or they just send everyone to prison if they can't prove it, which means that their
If you're
system
gonna
is
send them to
broken.
prison, that's fair. But don't send them to a prison where innocent people seems like almost went fucking insane. And the only thing that kept him going, apparently, they're asking how did you stay sane in Azkaban? Because I had that one glimmer of hope that one day I'd get the fuck out, and they can't touch that. So that's not a good prison. Like Hagrid. A 7, 8, 9 foot tall, half giant mountain of a man who converses with giant ass spiders on the daily and walks around the Forbidden Forest, absolutely shits his pants when the mere mention of the word Azkaban. That's how fucking terrifying this place is. That's not a prison. That's like torture. In the Wizard universe, always says, humans just wouldn't understand. It's like, well, you know what we've got? Prisons where we don't just obliterate people's minds to the point they become blithering idiots who can do nothing but cause mayhem and destruction when they get out. So we can reform, humanity can reform people who've committed crimes. Wizard kind just fucking makes them more dangerous.
The thing is as well, there's so many eccentric magics in that world that aren't explained, but are so impactful, like the trace.
Yes.
Every young wizard up until a certain age has the trace in them, which means that whenever they use magic, they can be detected. What is that force, and how are they able to monitor it, and why can't that be on every wizard?
And also, why is it not perfect? Why can it detect that someone used magic in Harry Potter's house, but it doesn't detect that it was an elf who did it?
And why can't in the third film it detect that he's performing Lumos in the house under his blanket?
Do you know what that is? Bad filmmaking.
That wasn't. I don't think that was in the book. I think that's just the film.
And we've talked before, haven't we, as well? The elves are the most broke ass OP motherfuckers in that universe, and they're downtrodden to the point they don't even realise their own power. Dobby doesn't realise the fact he can click his fingers and steal a witch or wizard's wand is broken as fuck. No one can do that.
But then they're bound by. Is it magic that binds them to people?
I don't know.
Or is it just obedience?
I don't know. It's just wizards are assholes.
They've just been beaten down to the point where they think that's the way they're meant to behave.
Wizards are elitist assholes. This is known. Think about it. They always talk a mad amount of shit about humans, and muggles being backwards, and they still communicate via owl. So we communicate.
Not just any owl, owls that can't fly properly. Fucking Errol crashing on that table.
Also, as well, I think a plot point in every other book is the owl male keeps getting tampered with because Harry keeps finding Hedwig with its feathers ruffled, means someone molested his owl.
It's like instead of intercepting an email, as in our world, they have to catch the owl, rip off the lot.
But the thing is, it's a lot easier to catch an owl with magic and things that can fly. Humanity is so backwards. We've discovered penicillin. We've cloned a sheep. What have you done? Oh, we can, bring water from anywhere. Oh, you're not going to do that over shit in, countries with famine. Because that's the one, isn't it, where Rowling had to write, Gamp's, Laws of Transfiguration, when she realised that, holy shit, wizards seem like huge assholes when they can just summon food from nowhere, seemingly at will, infinitely, and they don't use that power to help humanity.
But, I mean, she says that I assume the Transfiguration Law is to do with the exchange of equivalent mass.
You can only move food, you can't make it.
Yeah.
But you can make water.
Yeah, because Aguamenti is a spell that creates water.
Yeah, so wouldn't that be useful in countries with drought?
You can also create fire. Is that useful in countries with people freeze to death?
You can also create fire that burns forever, because that's what Dumbledore does. And what does he do? He gives it to the giants, and then they join Voldemort. So now you've got giants with napalm that burns forever. Great work, Dumbledore. Fucking top tier effort there, mate.
I was annoyed that Grawp didn't appear during the Battle for Hogwarts, seeing as I think he's meant to be there.
The thing is, in the books as well, the Battle for Hogwarts is amazing because of the part where the spiders of the forest are apparently just a neutral force who attack everybody. And Hagrid wades in the books and gets carried away by the spiders. If we're talking about scenes that never made it into the film, the one that pisses me off is again during the Battle of Hogwarts, and it appears in the film. And it's when, what's the fucking name? McGonagall goes to the suits of armour and says, Hogwarts needs defending, do your duty, and all the suits of armour come down. And that's great, but in the books, every inanimate object in Hogwarts heeds that call. And there is like a throwaway line where Harry says he looks like out into a hallway and he sees McGonagall run past, followed by tables and chairs. And I wanted to see McGonagall, just like Dante from Devil May Cry, riding a table, just doing fucking chair catters to fucking Fenrir Greyback.
What would you do if you were the Death Eater side of that army?
And you see chairs attacking
You see chairs attacking and spiders, followed by Hagrid riding on the top of the acromantulas and McGonagall riding on a table. You'd be like, what is this? What is this force?
Well, the thing in the books as well, they say like, oh yeah, Neville like kills hundreds of people because he throws like those screaming mandrake things over the wall. Do you know the ones that cause
if they're fully grown, they kill you.
And he says, oh, I'm just going to throw some of these over the wall. And some of that like weird tentacle snare shit. It's like, you know that kills people, Neville, right? There's so much bullshit. I just love that though. I wanted that scene because I wanted to see like 85-year-old Maggie Smith running her fucking ass off, chased by CGI tables.
Just imagine us stood 1 foot on each chair, like with a rope in front of her, riding like a
a Roman centurion, just followed by everything. But yeah, I wanted to see all sorts of bullshit like that in the movie, but they never made it in. It's like there's supposed to be like a werewolf fighting one of the like at the end. It's like Fenrir Greyback turned into a werewolf, so there's supposed to be a werewolf somewhere, so we could have like a werewolf spider battle.
And instead, we got Voldemort and Harry hugging and falling off the battlements.
Yeah.
Oh. So we're getting a bit off topic.
I know. I don't know why.
No, mystery, isn't it?
It is. It'll never be explained. Anyway, continue.
Yes, back to Dementors. Mm-hmm. So we know from the books and the films that the Patronus Charm is something that can stop a Dementor.
Yeah, apparently it's the only way to stop them. It's the only thing they fear, other than like basically doing what Sirius did and just holding on to a singular happy memory that they can't take away from you. But yeah, the Patronus Charm is basically the only way to like, ward off or even like harm or scare a Dementor. And for people who haven't read the books or seen the films, the Patronus Charm basically involves firing a concentrated stream of happiness at the end of your wand. Yeah, right. The penis joke writes itself, doesn't it? Yeah. Grip the shaft of your firm piece of wood and think about your your happiest memory and just let an explosion of good times just ward off the evil.
Just fire your silvery goo out of the end of your wand.
It's like, the thing is though, we've got to mention it, the edits of Harry Potter where they replace wand with penis. Right? It has to be mentioned, Harry examined his penis. It was 11 3/4 inches.
I maintain that is much better if instead of penis you say willy. Because there's bits where Snape whips out his willy and points it at Harry.
No, I think the less offensive or the more innocent the term you use is the funnier. So I'm going to say Todger. just Harry whipped out his Todger and pointed it at the Dementors.
You know what? I feel that we're marching towards the territory right now.
What
of slang words for penises.
Slang words. Okay.
I don't think we've covered this topic.
Okay, go on. Go on. Throw a few out there for me.
So I'm going to start off with a mutton dagger.
Mutton.
I know a song that's full of these, so I've got loads.
I was going to start with obviously Todger or Tidge.
Tidge
is what I've heard. Go on.
What about Purple Helmet Warrior?
Oh, you're just going for all the silly ones.
Oh, do you want basic slang?
Yeah, go on.
Like wang.
Wang, schlong.
Weenie.
Dong.
Cock.
Dick.
Tallywhacker.
Damn it, Tallywhacker, you got me there. Oh, fuck. See, there's so many of these, isn't it? It's the old saying of, there are more words for sex than there are for any other word in the English language.
Well, it's because I suppose it's because people don't want to talk openly about it.
So there's always there's so many ways of saying I think my favourite one, I think it's the classiest, is joined at the hip. So I heard a friend of mine once refer to are those two guys going out? I went, yeah, they've been joined at the hip for a while now, and I went, I get it. But I love all shit like that. There's super roundabout ways of saying something dirty. What's your favourite one of them?
So I don't know. The ones I like are things like the slang for sex, like the mattress mumbo.
The mattress mumbo.
And the horizontal shuffle.
The horizontal hug's one of mine.
Hop on the good foot and do the bad thing.
So I love all shit. It's so good. So while we're on the topic, Brad, and I'm pouring myself a drink, you know what I'm going to talk about now. We're talking about, really clever euphemisms for something dirty. And you know exactly what I'm meant. It's the song Face Down by Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. Because if people have not heard the song, the opening line, I contend, is the greatest euphemism for masturbation I have ever heard ever, and I didn't get it till I was about like 5 years after I first heard the song. And the line is, "Hey girl, you drive me crazy. One look at you puts the rhythm in my hand." And it's like, oh, that's so fucking good. That's so smart as well. That's the best lyric ever fucking written. Bar, what's the one? I think it's like a 3003 or whatever they did. It's like, "Hey girl, I know your boyfriend's got a beef with me, but today I'm not fucking scared of him because I'm a vegetarian." That line is so fucking good.
By the way, you threw that bottle lid behind the cabinet.
Oh, fuck's sake. You know what?
You can't get to it. It's gone.
Chances are I'll be drinking it all by the end of this video.
For the extended cut as well, that song I mentioned.
Yes.
So there's Mutton Dagger, Old Blind Bob, Hanging Johnny, Fishing Rod, Tallywhacker Pocket
Is this
Rocket.
a song by Ivor Bigham?
No, it's a piss. It's a piss
No,
take.
no, maybe heard Ivor
is that actually
No,
an
Ivor
artist?
Bigham's a real dude.
I thought you were taking the piss.
No, he's like one of those. I don't know what the genre is, but it's like piss take songs. And he does like the song of like "I farted," where he does lots of like euphemism for farting.
No, he did
Like, I farted, I made a trouser cough, I whistled in my Y front, I just let one off.
So the Patronus Charm
Uh-huh.
is, well, for most wizards, will come out as like a big gooey spray of silver shit.
Yep, that Rowling herself couldn't have written it better.
But if you're a particularly skilled wizard, you can make it take the form of something.
Yes, like if you are skilled and you cast the Patronus Charm, it will take corporeal form. Like the shape of which, like witches and wizards supposedly have like, marginal control over. Because there are like numerous allusions in the books, like some people change the form of their Patronus. And it has to happen after like either like a great loss or sorrow or just like, a change in your life. So I think like Nymphadora changes hers to like a wolf after, spoilers, Lupin dies. And then Snape takes the form of a doe in reference to Lily because he loves her so much. But for the most part, you don't get to control what your Patronus takes the form of unless, like, have someone close to you die or try really, really hard. And like it can range from like, a dog or a cat to even like a fish. And I'm now thinking like, imagine being that kid. Like, Joe in like, Dumbledore's army, when that scene where you see him all, you see like, oh yeah, there's Looney, shot like a little rabbit running around and all that bullshit. And then like I think Ron gets a dog. Imagine being the kid who gets the fish. It's like that's like the moment where Ash gets the Magikarp off that guy. The guy who sells him the he goes, "Go, my new Pokemon!" Carp. Like, what fucking use is this? And Dement's gonna see that and laugh his tits off and just leave out. Like he's gonna leave me alone because he feels pity for me.
You'll kill a Dementor because it'll experience happiness for the first time.
It'll just laugh its ass
It'll just kill itself.
It's like that moment in Pokemon when you go all the way back to the beginning of the game and you've got like a fully leveled up like Groudon or some shit, and you go get a bug catcher. It's like bug catcher sends out Nincada at level 7. You're like, well, you gotta learn today, kid. Groudon level 93 uses eruption, just destroys the entire world. It's like I imagine that moment. It's like Sephiroth using fucking Supernova, where he summons a meteor that destroys every planet in the solar system to attack one person. Like, fuck you! No, you are not. Like, I am the Pokemon champion. How dare you? How dare you even make eye contact with me and challenge me to a battle and send out a fucking level 7 bug Pokemon? No, fuck you.
How dare you, puny human, confront me, a manifestation of hate and fear, and send out a fish?
Right, that kid's going to get wrecked. The thing is, though, even though Harry Potter lore states explicitly that the shape, form, and size of Patronus has no bearing on its power or effect, there are still like rare Patronuses out there. It's like, like in a video, like basically like a video game where it's like, oh, what did you get when you like got your Patronus? Oh, I got a dog. Oh, that's a common. What did you get? I got a fish. Oh God, that's a really common one. What did you get? Oh, I got a weasel. Oh, that's a rare. And then like, Dumbledore walks in. What did you get, mate? Oh, I got a phoenix. You got a legendary. You rolled a phoenix on your first turn, mate. Holy shit! And there's apparently a guy in like Harry Potter who had a woolly mammoth, and he's the only person in known history who got an animal that's extinct. And I like to think there's someone out there as a kid in that Harry Potter universe who's just getting his letter to Hogwarts, and one day he's destined to get a fucking dinosaur. Ooh. He's gonna rock up on the first day of Hogwarts, do the Patronus Charm, and summon out the fucking dragon sword from Power Rangers. That's the point, though, because if you can get an animal that's extinct, and therefore an animal you don't actually know exactly what it looked like, and also can influence like the shape and form your Patronus takes. And if it doesn't matter, could you get a Patronus that's shaped like something that's not real? Yeah. Could you get a Patronus that's just the Megazord? Could you think about it, if you were like really obsessed with Power Rangers and they were like, you had a deep emotional resonance with yourself and you did your Patronus in the Harry Potter universe, could you summon the Megazord? I don't know. J.K. Rowling, she won't answer my tweets. I keep asking and she won't say no.
Do you reckon the Dementor could be like ready to attack and then just fucking Optimus Prime appears in front of him?
No, imagine though, you get the 5 kids wearing like, the perfectly colour coordinated outfits and they've all got each of the Power Rangers Zords and they all form together and they could do the thing when they all get the Ninja Zord and you get like the guy's like, oh, I've got a frog. He gets his shit frog Zord. They combine together and they do that, the knee that they do at the end of Power Rangers the movie. They knee Ivan oozing the nuts.
Knee the Dementor in whatever it has for nuts.
You get the Ninja Zord, the Ninja Megazord just kneeing fucking Dementors in the balls. You know what you're doing now, Brad? That scene at the end of Power Rangers the movie where they knee Ivan oozing the balls, you're putting a Voldemort face on it. That's happening.
I never understood. It's Adam, isn't it? The guy who's playing the Black Ranger at the time. I never understood how fucking like he's getting a fucking giant ass robot with superpowers.
But to
and
be
he's
fair,
bitching about it being a frog. No one else gets a dime.
No, to be fair though, he hears that after. Rocky gets the mighty ape. Aisha gets the bear. Tommy gets like the falcon. Kimberly gets like the crane. It's like, you're a frog. It's like, oh, what are you? I'm an ape. What? I'm a frog. But then obviously he does get a kiss off Dulcea.
He does,
yeah. And do you know what my favourite thing about Dulcea is? Like, she wards off an army of bird monsters with sticks that whistle. That's like the greatest power ever displayed. It's like, you've got the Power Ranger, you've got Tommy with his gravity-defying flying kicks, and how does she ward off an army of birdmen? It's like, yes.
I think the question everyone is going to want to know, it's going to come from the comments.
Okay.
What would your Patronus be, do you think?
The Megazord.
I thought you could say a beer.
A Megazord? Oh, could it take an inanimate object?
Could it be the green screen?
No, you can make it a lightsaber. So you can take any form, just make your one turn into a lightsaber and start slashing shit.
I'll do a bit of research and see if it has to take the form of an animal or...
The thing is though, the form doesn't matter, as we're about to discuss.
Yeah. So the form, the size, or the shape of a Patronus actually has no bearing on how powerful it is.
No, none whatsoever. And we know this because it's established in Harry Potter universe lore that the most powerful Patronus ever cast took the form of a mouse. Yeah, that's pretty cool as well, isn't it? A little mouse. But anyway, it was cast by apparently a young wizard called Ilyas when a dark wizard was attacking his village. And everyone in the village is like running around, like, not doing shit. And then Ilyas steps up and goes, you know what? Fuck Dementors, I know a spell's going to take these out. And he casts his Patronus, and out pops a little mouse. And the story goes that the villagers stopped what they were doing, which if you remember was panicking, to laugh at this mouse. As Ilyas is like, no, I've got this, lads, I've got this. And even apparently the dark wizard attacking the village was like, what is like a pathetic Patronus going to do against my army of Dementors? And the mouse just proceeded to do the sickest 400 hit combo you have ever seen on those Dementors dick holes. And I just sent them all away. And do you know what I'm imagining right now? I'm imagining the scene at the end of Shrek 2 where Puss in Boots just steps out to like an entire platoon of armed soldiers in his little booties and he just sits there and has the big eyes and then he just like all hell unleashes and it's like, yeah, shit's getting fucking rocked.
You imagine the mouse having boots on?
Of course the mouse has got boots on, it's my memory, I can do what I want.
How fucking ungrateful do those villagers have to be?
The only person in their village who can cast a Patronus Charm.
And they stop panicking to laugh at it.
Yeah, they all mocked him for it. It's like, what's that going to do against an army of Dementors? And apparently Ilyas was just so pure of heart that his mouse shone so brightly and fought with such ferocity that just all the Dementors ran away.
I mean, it takes a lot to stay like turgid in that scenario. I'd have gone. My Dementor, my Patronus would have gone flaccid straight away. Yeah, if everyone's pointing and laughing at how small it is.
Yeah, but you know what? Ilyas was like, you know what? It's not the size that matters, it's how you use it. As he proceeds to show them the sickest beatdown they have ever witnessed. And I'm imagining that scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail where they go, oh, there's the most dangerous creature in the land, and it's a fucking rabbit, and they all laugh at it. They go, oh, just tears throats out. I imagine the mouse just doing that.
On a stick.
Can't stop. What's the idea? He summons it, they all laugh at how small it is, and he proceeds to just absolutely obliterate everybody. Jojo Ilyas he's that guy who plays like Dr. Bosconovich in Tekken. He's the guy who plays the joke character, but plays him so well that he can fucking wreck anyone's shit. And everyone like, why are you playing that character? You're not going to get any wins with it. Oh my god, he is absolutely opening my arsehole up. And do you know why I'm mentioning that? Because you are putting in the video my mate sent me the other day of a dude on the internet who beat a guy on Tekken Tag Tournament 2 playing as Dr. Bosconovich doing nothing but ass slides. Because he's got a move when he sits down and just slides forward on his asshole. And this dude, who is my fucking hero, proceeds to absolutely dominate just by sliding forward on his asshole while just continually shit talking. So I'm beating you with a 100-year-old man. Oh, that guy's a fucking hero. I love it. He introduces the phrase ass slide infinite.
Infinite ass slide combos.
Then he uses the phrase, and it always creates like, oh, he's a 100-year-old man, but he's full of piss and vinegar. He just shoots across the stage. Oh, you put the clip in, it's great.
So Ilyas defeats the Dementors.
Yes, they all get their shit rocked by that little mouse. And the story goes that the dark wizard attacking the village gets so pissed off that he tries to cast his own Patronus. You know, it's like potentially scare the Dementors back to attacking the village. But because he's a dark wizard who has like an evil heart and he has no goodness in him, instead of summoning Patronus, his wand shoots out like thousands of maggots that then eat me alive. And I'm now annoyed that's not how the Harry Potter series ended, because I would have loved to see just like a CGI Ralph Fiennes just get eaten by thousands of maggots. It's like, aha! Oh god, no!
That'd be a much more terrifying end. Just Voldemort on the ground covered in maggots.
But, yeah, so to conclude this glorious mess of a video, to crib a line from myself, it's established in Harry Potter lore that if Voldemort had ever tried to cast a Patronus Charm, maggots would have flied at his wand and just ate him alive.
I think we've got a few more minutes out of us to be able to just pick apart the Harry Potter universe.
You can do that all fucking day, because none of it makes any sense. Like, never give the Harry Potter universe anything more than a cursory glance, because if you, like, dig an inch below the surface, it just crumbles apart. Like, a friend of mine once pointed out that they just went into the books and just did the math on, like, okay, so Hogwarts is the only school in the UK for wizards. How many people are there per year? And they looked up, and apparently like J.K. Rowling said about 100. So 100 wizards go into the wizarding world each year. For how many jobs?
There's more than that in the Ministry of Magic scenes.
Yeah, it's like how is this universe sustainable? There's one school, and there's 100 kids, so 100 kids, and like 100 wizards enter the workforce per year. Can you imagine that? It's like 100 people enter the workforce per year, and some of them are Draco Malfoy. Like some of them are Crabbe and Goyle. Do you know what I've not asked in a while, Brad? How are you doing?
I'm alright.
Are you enjoying this YouTuber lifestyle? Like, you know, drinking at 2 in the afternoon on a Thursday. How's that sitting with you?
Sitting pretty well. Yeah.
I'm fucking loving it, it's great.
We're studying trying to think of something to talk about, but we're studying drinking.
At 2 in the afternoon, when most people are at work, I feel for you guys, I've been there.
So people want, because this comes out, it'll be 4 p.m. Friday our time, which is when people will be coming out of work.
Pretty much,
but 7 or 8 hours back in the US, where like 50% of the audience is, they're like starting work.
Oh god, that's the roughest, isn't it?
This is going to come live and people are like, got ready to go to work.
Yeah, that must be like, I've never thought about it until you mentioned it just then. That must be really fucking like, you know, like demoralising. That you watch a video, like, oh, you get to work. Oh, there's a new video by Fact Fiend. Oh, there's Karl having a drink in the middle of the day, presumably at the end of the day, and he's going to go home. I've got 9.5 hours of work sat in an office, so I'm really sorry to those guys. So I do hear a lot from people who like say to me, oh yeah, I've just started work and your videos like helped you get through the day. And to those people, continue fighting the good fight and fuck the man. Yeah. Hell fucking yeah. I say on the biggest video platform in the world, like run by one of the largest companies on earth.
Oh God.
I'm trying. You know what though? We are fighting our own way because we keep getting videos demonetized and that shit's bullshit. I don't like that. Like a video where we put like, all we did is have like a 6-second clip where a guy's wang is clearly visible, swinging from side to side, and that got demonetized.
The funny thing is, right, I uploaded that and it immediately, like within an hour or so, it got flagged.
Yeah.
So I went in, deleted it, re-uploaded it, and in the description where the link for that video was, I changed the word wangs, put stars in it, thinking, that'll sort it.
No, because I saw that. If people know what we're talking about, we released a video a couple days ago now, but maybe a week or so ago for people watching, where we just have like a clip from Conan, the video game, where it's just a guy running around with a giant swinging dong.
The thing is, right, I catered that clip to be less offensive than the ones they had. The best one is he's crouched, like, obviously you can see what I'm doing, but
yeah.
He's squatting like that, and the camera starts sideways so you can't see anything. And as it moves around, the music crescendo kicks in, and you see this enormous, like, cock and balls hanging. I'm going to show you the whole video after this.
But what people need to know is that when I saw that YouTuber said, this video is not suitable for advertisers, I clicked on apply for manual review. And I said, I'm glad that someone from YouTube had to watch that shit and they confirmed via manual review that is not suitable for advertisers. And you know what? Fuck those advertisers. They don't want advertising a video with a big swinging Conan dong. What's that about?
I just thought to myself, it's actually been a while since I've shown you a video for a reaction to video, so I'm going to find that clip.
No, just put Doggo Force on again. Just do that.
No, so if you do it to a Doggo Force, you'll
put Doggo Force on again. Doggo Force is great.
For God's sake.
You're putting Doggo Force. Yeah, Doggo Force! If you don't know what Doggo Force is, go watch Doggo Force. It's great.
If you don't know what it is, go watch it.
Gosh, it's fantastic. We're doing it again, Brad. We're doing it. Because people don't believe me. No, Brad, you didn't show me the laptop. People don't believe...
I will turn around.
They don't believe that my reaction to this shit is genuine. So bring up Doggo Force. I'm going to have a drink. Oh, I'm waiting for some Doggo Force. Oh, Doggo Force is so good. I love me some Doggo Force. Is it coming? Have we got Doggo Force?
It is coming, but I'm still trying to find the Wang video as well.
Doggo right. Force.
Okay.
Mate, why are you not looking for Doggo Force? Why...
Oh, no.
I'm already thinking about...
The sound's not on. I think the sound on.
Oh God, your laptop is powering up. It's going to Super Saiyan 3. We can hear it. Oh, you can put it through a TV, yeah.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, go on. Put it through a TV. Oh God, you're getting some live action here, folks. I'm going to describe what Brad's doing. Like, he's wearing like his usual stockings and suspenders, and he's sat there. He's currently. Oh, he's inserting the HDMI roughly into the port. And he's opening up the lap. Oh God, don't be so rough, Brad. Calm down. And he's... I can see the picture already. It's so dumb.
You can compose yourself, right? The challenge is no laughing.
Oh, we're doing a no laugh challenge.
No laugh challenge. Yeah, we've never done one before.
No laugh challenge.
No laugh challenge. Let me just rotate the TV a bit more so that you've got a better view.
I can already see it.
Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna take a drink.
Okay, so get ready. Tell me when you're ready. When you can pause.
Okay.
Hopefully, there's actually going to be sound.
Okay, I'm ready.
You failed already. Stop it. No.
Again.
You ready?
I can't do it. It's so stupid. When will this stop being a thing? Why do you have so much control over me, Doggo Force? Oh, if I ever have to fight a Dementor, I'm thinking about that.